What the heck? Hi everyone!
Hi! Hi!
I brought my A-team to help me today. I really would like nothing more than to just put this Schluter Ditra down on the floor and just start tiling, but there's a lot of prep that goes along with using it. What we need to do right now is, well, I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not, but I'm going to start prepping this floor. I'm going to put a straight edge across it every foot, every 12 inches. I'm just going to get a gauge for where the floor dips or where it's off level. And once I map the whole floor out, which maybe sounds like a lot to do, but it's really not going to be that bad. But once it's mapped out, then I'll know within reason of where the floor leveler needs to go. Because I don't want to just pour it on the whole floor and build the whole floor up. It's really only a couple spots. But you know, prep is 9/10 of the construction law, and we're going to prep the best we can, right?
You're gonna miss.
There's some things that I know are off, like right here, you can just see pretty easily that the floor slopes this way a little bit. Why that is, not that it matters, but why, is that I have a big summer beam right where I am right here. Summer beam is one of the bigger beams inside of a post and beam house. And then this joist that runs right here, and then there's another joist that runs another 19 inches away. Those joists are lower than the summer beam. So when I put my plywood on, the plywood just, it took that bend. Maybe the best thing to do would have been to sister all new wood in here, but I didn't want to do that. I figured it's just as easy to put a little bit of floor leveler. The whole floor sloped quite a bit, but because I knew I was going to put the tub in the corner, so I made that tub level. So really all that's off level is kind of like I said, maybe from here to the tub, which is less than 3 feet. Another place where it's off is out here in the laundry room. I've got just a straight edge, and you can see, I mean, it's not very much, but it's the straight edge is clearly touching on the one side, touching on the other, and then you can see the little dip right here. So if I map the whole floor out, then I should be able to tell where all these types of dips are, and then I'll just put a little bit of floor leveler in here, and it should mellow the whole floor out.
Stuck in my head, I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies. We've been apart for so long, I'm always replaying all the pictures and memories stacked up in my head. I wish I could let you go, I wish I could just forget you.
It's probably going to be hard to see, but you can see the lines and the lines here in the circles, and so what that tells me is that there's just a circular dip right in the middle of that floor, and in the center it got off is probably as far as half an inch. I only know because I did it, but right here there's a big beam. So the big beam looks like it must have sagged, and it just slopes right to that beam. Right, so the next step is going to be to clean this really good. I'm going to vacuum it. Silicone all the outsides, all between the boards, all the cracks. That way, when you go to pour this onto the floor, it doesn't find a way to drip downstairs. We don't want that to happen. Drippy drip. It's one thing to have a water leak, but to drip concrete through your house, that's a little different. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of prep, like around the tub. I'm just gonna put some extra supports around the tub to build it up a little bit higher. What else? I think that's it. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do next.
You're stickier than the super glue. I can never shake you out. I'm always trying to get rid of you. I'm never shaking you out. I'm never shaking you out. I'm never shaking. I'm never shaking. I'm never shaking. I don't wanna shake you off.
Normally you wouldn't have to do this, put a little extra piece of wood in there, but what's happening is when I go to pour this floor leveler, and then I put the Dietra on, and then I put the tile on, by the time I'm doing that, I would have built it past this one board. It's only 1.5 inches, and I would have built past it. So then, when I go to put the wood on to this tub, I would have nothing to nail to down here. Man, it's off so much.
In the darkness, my shadows they follow you like an accomplice. Lost all of your dreams, the night is heartless. My shadows they follow you. My shadows they follow you in the darkness. Lost all of your dreams, the night is heartless. My shadows they follow you. My shadows they follow you in the darkness.
I'm on to the point where it's clean. I need to silicone any cracks or gaps or anything like that. At least where I'm gonna be pouring. I'm not gonna seal everything because I've got a really good idea of where this stuff's gonna go. It's not gonna be the whole floor. I hope it's not the whole floor. This stuff is a multi-purpose primer made by Tech. TEC. Got it from Lowe's. It's for self-leveling, underlayment, and peeling, and a lot of different things. I don't know what this does scientifically. Oh, you mix this with water. And if we're gonna be doing this little thing for wood, 3-to-1, meaning I'm gonna use, say I use this whole container, then I'd only use 1/3 of the container of water. So you have that much liquid, and it's supposed to cover 250 square foot. This little thing? No way. I'm gonna call mommy because mommy's my phone friend whenever I have questions. We really only need to put this stuff in the cracks where the stuff's gonna go. The stuff that we're putting on the floor should stop on this line. So we really only need to do it like you know, this crack right here. See that? Yeah. You wanna try, Jay? I don't think we have to be as careful as we're being, but it probably doesn't hurt anything, does it?
No.
To be careful. On the interwebs, I saw somebody pouring underlayment, and they used this really cool looking foamy thing, and they outlined the whole room with it, and it was really tall. And then they poured the underlayment, and it, you know, they say they, well, let me cut this piece. What it is like this foam stuff that he screwed down to the ground. So that covers a big gap. And when I pour the underlayment in there, it will fill up however far it needs to fill up, and then I'll take a razor blade and cut it flush. I don't know, seems like a good idea. I'm only gonna do this where I know that I didn't want to put like 18 gallons of silicone in that crack. And I guess the only thing is, what happens then is like the underlayment, when you pour that in here, it won't go all the way to the sheetrock. It will be a ½ an inch back. And maybe that's good, you know, that foam has a little bit, that foam can expand a bit, so if the house moves a bit, it won't crack my underlayment. Alright, so this is the floor leveler that I'm going to be using. I just want to read it. The guy at the store said it was really good, but you could write the directions a little bigger, Mr. Company. 5 quarts of clean water per bag. So the primer does need to go first, and it has to be dry before I can do it. So I'm gonna do this.
I knelt to pray today, but no one's listening anymore. Do I need to fade away or stay here laying down on the floor? I want to know if you be the shoulder that I need.
So it shouldn't come past this spot. It's wicked slippery, man. Once you get it on your feet, your shoes are slippery. I don't know if you can see from this straight edge here, but I don't expect this stuff to go any farther than here, and then it will fill in this low area that goes through here, and you can see it's off, like, I mean, in that one section, I mean, it could be almost 3/4 of an inch. This is really scary.
Really?
Yes, this is scary to do.
Why?
Why is it scary? Because you're pouring liquid concrete all over your floor. What I've decided to do is I'm going to dump it in the deep spots, and then it will flow out from there, and when it gets to where I know it needs to stop, I'll stop. And I don't know how far one bucket's going to take me, but we'll find out.
Maybe 1/2 bucket.
Yeah, it might be 2 buckets, it might take 5 buckets, I don't know.
Anxiety taking over me, I can't be the only one left. No, society.
So we had a little bit of an issue here. I had the paddle and I put it in the water, and it just blew water everywhere out of my bucket. So now I've got a lot of extra water on the floor, which really probably isn't good. It just mostly splashed right here, and then it just ran right into the deep spot, so I got it though. Well, this has been one heck of a thing.
So excited. Whoa! Looks brown. Looks brown. No, it looks brown. Whoa, look at this. It's so gooey.
I am who I'm meant to be. I am who I'm meant to be. Over and out again. My future needed clarity, so I could see how you react, to me. So much differently. I am different. Every time that I look back, I see my fortune. Would you react to me? We are reacting so much differently.
I forgot to shut the window. You think I can get around here one more time?
Yes, maybe. Maybe not.
Is it sticky?
Uh-huh.
It would be.
It's so funny. I'm happy you had the cam on.
Oh man. When the water exploded, it got splashes way up here.
Oh.
It's all wet. Just want to show you, I knew the deepest part was right there, and I did draw a line of how deep it needed to go. Can you see that? That poured right to the line. So for here, it's very deep right here, and then it tapers off all the way around it. Inside there, it poured perfectly, or at least what I expected. It took 4 bags total.
I want to get on my scope with my fingers.
Okay. Do you want to say thanks for watching?
Thanks for watching. Remember to hit the thumbs up.
And we'll see you all later. Like, it is really bumpy right here. And there.
Yeah, it's like all ripply.
Bumpy and ripply. Yeah. Yeah, look at that.